Well, let's move over into some proper news now. Not that that's not proper news. I just feel like we talk long enough for it that it deserves to be its own little segment there.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's earned its place.
What other news we got?
Let's perfectly segue this into more Mortal Kombat news,
Yeah.
shall we?
it.
NetherRealm is pulling support from Mortal Kombat 11 and moving on to their next project
Tyler, why?
because we need Injustice 3.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of like, how is this possible? And like,
Because Injustice
is the
better.
game dead? And it's like, no, man. Like, they got to make another game. Mortal Kombat is not like a games as service.
Yeah, and sorry that
Constantly update games. So
Mortal
calm
Kombat-
down, everyone.
Mortal Kombat 11 is the most updated Mortal Kombat game they've ever had. They
Ever.
released 2 DLCs for it. They've never done that.
Yeah.
So like it's time to move on. Fandom's in October. They got to get something together for Injustice 3.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. No, that's exciting.
Yep.
I always like to see when teams get a chance to, work on their next thing.
Yeah, next big thing.
So, in other gaming
Please.
news, Ghost of Tsushima is getting a director's cut. Did I pronounce that right? I never do. Tsushima.
Sure.
So it's getting a kind of a re-release. The director's cut has.
For $70.
Chump change.
Is there an update? You can upgrade yours for like 20. Is there?
Yeah.
Isn't the director's cut just on PS5?
No, it's on both.
Oh.
But it does come with additional content and a new little island with stuff that was cut from the game.
And it's got its own story.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
Might be time to check that one out.
What other gaming news we got?
Dead Space is apparently the rumored revival from EA, and they're doing it at EA Motive, who did Star Wars Squadrons. I think this is the weirdest news story of the week. Just like we get the Calypso Protocol from the creators of Dead Space coming out, and EA's like, yeah, let's bring Dead Space back. What? Like you're gonna directly compete with the people who created this property? But I guess the rumor is it's gonna be like the Resident Evil, like 7 and 8, how it's like the first person. So it's gonna be like a new formula for the Dead Space franchise.
Well, I think there's been a lot of success, at least critically, with kind of those like, think of like the Alien. I don't remember what was the subtitle. The Alien game, but it was Isolation. It was a first-person kind of horror game. Obviously, it didn't have that much combat as what Dead Space does, but between that and the excitement that was kind of the buzz around the Calypso Protocol, I think they're probably thinking.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It
Why
makes
not now?
It makes sense. You've got the IP name.
Yeah.
It'll sell copies. So
It'll be interesting. I'll play it
yeah,
because it'll be on EA Play eventually.
it'll be one I'll check out at some point. I don't do horror games all that much, so I'm easily scared while playing games.
I got scared when we watched the video. NSFW.
Control. Guys, you hear about this?
Under.
Control is getting a sequel and a multiplayer spin-off game.
I won't play the multiplayer spin-off, but I will play the sequel.
What if it's fantastic though?
Just, I think of that formula with all those powers and stuff, and I just don't know. I don't know.
That's got to be quite the challenge.
You can only pick one
to balance
power.
that.
I could, like, if I was playing it and I could only pick one,
Mm-hmm.
probably throw.
And pick the shield.
I was gonna say throw or shield, because you can then.
Fly could be pretty good too, though. Movement abilities, man, they come in clutch a lot.
Yeah.
It could be one of those things where you have a couple different, but maybe like you rank them, and so you get them back, like their cooldowns are on different timers, or it could be done different. It could be done
I
interestingly.
just like imagine trying to shoot somebody dashing around, and I'm just like, oh, this would frustrate me so much.
Maybe it'll be like Evolve, and one person will be
The hiss.
the director, and everybody else plays as the hiss.
Yeah.
And you can earn points and upgrade your hiss bad guy until you're one of the floaty dudes in the chair just going, woo!
Maybe.
Oh, those guys are irritating. They throw stuff at them, they just go.
Whoop, nope.
That's
So
for those of you who can't see, but can probably hear Luke's chair scooching around a little bit. That's what he's just dodging. Dip. He's dodge, dipping, duck, dive, and
Dodge,
dodging.
duck, dip, dive, dodge.
Yeah.
I got a shirt that proves it too.
You got any more? You have any gaming stuff?
That's all I have.
Oh, okay. So Rockstar Studios, big news week for Rockstar.
Oh gosh, yeah.
GTA 6 reportedly coming out in 2025.
Boy, that is a
So that's a dagger to the heart of the Grand Theft Auto fans. I honestly, the only thing it makes me sad about is that Red Dead 3 is not coming for a long time,
yeah.
or
Gosh,
whatever.
When was 5? When was 5 released?
I looked this up the other day. I think it was 2014. 2014 or
Jeez.
2015, maybe 2013. I don't know. It's been a long time though. So that's something. And also, the co-founder of Rockstar has started his own studio. So I wonder if maybe this is in part to that announcement. I don't think it's coincidental that both of these things were announced in the same week. It's called Absurd Ventures and Games, and Dan Houser will be the one running it.
Was he now? And I have not heard this news story, and I don't remember Dan Houser's relationship. Is this like a sub studio under Rockstar, like a partner, or is this like he left or got fired and he's starting his own thing separately?
He left.
Okay.
And it's rumored that he did, but he definitely did.
Okay. Well, so yeah, that'll be
He's the Red Dead co-creator. Red Dead and GTA co-creator.
okay.
So it's kind of a big deal that he's doing a new studio.
That's very big. It's a little bit like when Vince Zampella
Mm-hmm.
left I can't remember Infinity Ward.
Infinity Ward, yeah. To make Respawn.
Co-creators of
Yeah.
some of the best Call of Duties, at least the most relevant Call of Duties of the time,
Yeah.
rocketed them into what
Stardom.
and
Vince Papali.
Well, him too. But.
So, my last gaming news story is that Sony buys Housemarque.
Is that the Returnal?
They're the studio. They're a Finnish studio. They made Returnal, which is a PS5 exclusive.
I want to play that game.
I know. I need to get a PS5 just so I can play that
Looks
freaking
pretty
game.
cool.
But yeah, that's pretty big news.
That Deathloop.
It just goes to show that Sony is, despite what they claim, doing very much what Xbox is doing, and that's not like
Oh yeah, they're not.
they're
in an
playing
arms race.
catch up, but they're still in the process of acquiring studios, and I think Sony is really realizing that they need to bulk up. Not that Returnal's like a a multiplayer first
Like
game
Juggernaut, yeah.
thing, but that's cool. And it's cool to have to see that studio have the financial backing to do something really, really cool for their next game.
Yeah.
They also acquired the studio that makes PC ports. Did you hear about
I
that?
hadn't heard about that one.
I don't know the name, but yeah, they acquired a studio that makes a lot of PC ports, so they'll probably get a lot more PC versions of
Well, yeah,
PS4 and PS5 games.
that's another trend that we're seeing. So don't expect much like Xbox exclusive is Xbox plus PC. Pretty soon, it won't be day and date by any means, but PS5
Nixes.
exclusives will go
It's the
to
name of the
PC
company.
at some
I know I hadn't
point.
seen that earlier.
It's just another good piece of the market that Sony can count on. Luke, will you wiggle your little cord up there? Your audio cord. I don't know. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. Appreciate it. Anyways, is that all of our gaming news?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Let's keep moving.
Let's bridge the gap here from gaming to movies and shows. The Last of Us series is filming.
Yeah, what the heck?
That happened rather quickly.
So fast.
That's going to come out before Uncharted does. When is Uncharted due?
This year?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it got delayed, didn't it?
Oh, is it in like February of next year, maybe?
It's probably early 2022.
I'm going to find out.
I am ready to be heard
February
again.
2022.
Yeah.
The Last of Us will make me cry 20 times, even though I know exactly what will happen, probably.
I'm excited just to, yeah, see a little bit more into that world.
I'm wondering, how's the writing in the show going to compare to the game? Because that's the best thing about the game, is its writing.
I mean,
We
Craig
will
Mason's
find
Like-
great.
Yeah, I know,
No.
but like, it just be, what if it's like, if it's worse, it'd be like, oh, it's weird that the...
The game was better.
The game was better.
yeah.
It's it's possible. The other challenge is that is it a mini? No, it's a proper show.
It's
like-
a show, yeah.
So they'll have time to flesh things out. Like with games, if you have good writing, you've got hours to make this good writing really, really shine. And sometimes in movies and shows, they kind of have to rush through some things just to get to points. So,
Mm-hmm.
but with a show, they have a little more time to stretch their legs. Yeah. Well, cool.
That intro's gonna kill me, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
We had a few shows get canceled this week.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Over on HBO, we
Ugh.
had Lovecraft Country get canceled, or is not getting renewed for season 2.
Did you see all the stuff that came out after that? They released like some of their
Yeah,
plans.
yeah,
Zombie takeover, huh?
yep.
That was the idea. Cool.
It would have been. So what? My question to you, because you haven't finished the
No,
show,
no.
but you've read the book that it's based.
Correct.
Is there like more? Would season 2? Do you think would have been part of the book, or is there
No.
an additional book, or is this all new stuff?
This was all new.
All new. All right. Well,
I think the book ends where the show ends.
quote unquote.
Maybe you'd have to finish it.
Yeah, I'd have to finish it, but
Okay.
I didn't
My-
finish the show either.
Yeah.
It just became.
I thought that show was all right.
It was too disjointed.
It doesn't surprise me that
it
they
was
got.
all over the map.
I felt like it had no identity.
I think it did that thing
It's got
where
a really strong first episode though.
Oh, so good,
it
man.
had the middle section is so.
Well, the problem is the second episode is a finale.
Yeah. It's just got pacing issues between and when I say that, I mean that it does things in weird ways. It's not a conventional TV show, but it's also not like every episode is different.
It's trying to bridge the gap between like traditional storytelling and anthology storytelling, and it doesn't really do either very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The last 3 episodes they get two or 3 episodes, they get back to like it's very much a traditional
Sequential story.
thing, but
Yeah, well, that's the 3 episodes I have to watch. Maybe it's
They,
worth watching.
The last one I watched was when that one lady was like in space or something.
that was so weird. That episode, that's probably my least favorite episode. I'm
So
sure it means something, and I just don't get it.
It's so much cooler in the book because she doesn't go to space.
But-
she goes to like this alternate dimension. She's on a beach, and there's just monsters out there.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't go to the beach because the monsters will kill you. And this old dude's like, I just don't want to be alive anymore. So he just goes out there and dies.
Oh my god.
Wow.
But it's way, way better.
A few other shows that got canceled over on Netflix: The Crew, Country Comfort, Mr. Iglesias, and Bonding. I don't know. I don't watch
I
any
don't think
of those.
I've heard of any of them.
Me either.
I've heard of Mr. Iglesias, just because he's the comedian.
Oh, okay.
Fluffy.
Yeah.
He's like a teacher. Or
Is the
something.
Crew the Kevin James show?
The Crew's the Kevin James
I
show.
think my parents watched that.
Yeah.
They like Kevin James.
But yeah, I wouldn't have mentioned them except I knew we were going to talk about Lovecraft Country, so I figured I'd throw those in as well.
There's a lot. I've seen a lot of people upset by Lovecraft Country
Yeah.
being canceled.
Yeah.
Sorry, it wasn't canceled. It just wasn't renewed. Clear that.
That's
Yeah.
a good. Yeah, that's
I
a
guess
good
there's
point.
talk that it might get shopped around.
It could. Yeah.
Watch Amazon buy it. They're
Um.
buying everything right now, so
In gooder news,
What if Discovery gets it?
more. In other news,
maybe WB will buy it.
a
There you go.
show that is surprisingly getting a second season. Good Omens.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Isn't this like 3 years later?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
came out a long time ago.
It did.
I really enjoyed that first season.
Everyone just kind of thought it was gone, and then surprise.
I'm
So
glad that's getting a season 2.
yeah, I haven't finished the first season. I need to go back now that it's getting renewed. It's kind of renewed my interest. So I'll go back and rewatch it. But the first season, the first 3 episodes or whatever that I watched, really good. Like it a lot.
Nice.
What is your phone background? It's freaking me out.
It's like lava,
Oh.
like dried up lava.
What other do we have some movie
Cool
news or
lava.
more television news?
I'm out. I know Luke's got the big one.
I've got one sad news story.
Yes.
And this was just today. Richard Donner, at the age of 91, passed away. If you don't know who Richard Donner is, he is the one who directed Superman way back when, and Superman 2, the Donner cut. Goonies, and creator of Lethal Weapon.
Yep. Also, I think The Omen.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen that.
Did
so-
he?
Or
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
I'll double check.
I've seen that movie. That movie terrified me. I was scared of kids named Damien forever.
Yeah, but man, Superman is...
That
That was the superhero
Yeah,
movie. That was
yeah.
the first one. And it really just kind of kicked everything off.
all those years ago.
Yeah,
And
directed
now
by
here-
Richard Donner.
Here we are today with 4 a year from one studio.
Mm.
That's like there's 4 DC ones and 3 DC ones and 4 Marvel ones and a bunch of TV shows, and they're just everywhere now, and some people are tired of it. But
We're not.
but his movie was the one that kicked everything off. And one of his interns was Kevin Feige.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
Wow.
Crazy stuff. Anyway, I wore my Superman shirt in honor of the man today. I love his 2 Superman movies.
I can't get Dana to finish the first one because
Darn.
she always starts it over so she can listen to the song over and over again. I'm like, we have Spotify, just listen to it there.
Song's
Watch
so
the movie.
Uh,
But yes, the Superman movies are
incredible.
really good.
Christopher Reeves, Richard Donner, great pairing.
Yep. So one last weird news story. We talked about how there were a number of, especially one-off theaters around the country who were not surviving there were some small franchises, theater chains that weren't going to survive, but there were also some, we talked about the Cinemark in LA, also the Vista Theater in LA, and Quentin Tarantino bought the Vista Theater. So now I guess he owns one in New Jersey too, like not a Vista Theater, but another movie theater in New Jersey. And it's a one screen theater. He's only gonna show film movies on it,
Not digital.
not digital.
Okay.
So only film.
That's kind of cool.
And
It won't last, but it's kind of cool.
it's got Tarantino behind it. It will make enough money.
And he's only showing Tarantino films.
Probably.
Hateful Eight on repeat for like weeks.
No, I guess
extended version,
they've
yeah.
been he in the
3.5
article
hours or whatever.
he was talking about his one in New Jersey, and he said they've been showing out since they reopened, or selling out
Oh, nice.
since they reopened, and
Good for him.
yeah, I think that's a cool little part of history that that theater won't just get turned into a presented by Amazon.
Didn't he talk about the future of Kill Bill a little bit? About who he would cast if he decided he wanted to make it?
Oh, I don't.
He
I
would
don't
cast
remember.
Maya Hawke,
Hawke, right? Yeah.
who's Uma Thurman's daughter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting.
That's gonna